Hello again, welcome to Bridlington on Saturday, the 2nd of December 2023. -2 centigrade. This is Bridlington again being recorded for posterity. What are the current events of this week? Well, there's a climate conference with the United Nations. I heard someone speaking from there this morning, and the plan of the UK moving towards net zero carbon emissions. This person wanted to completely do away with gas and oil. And since people also don't want nuclear, and the coal power stations have already been closed down, that basically just leaves renewables. You can see water vapour arising from the harbour wall there as a little bit of heat from the sun evaporates a little bit of moisture. Rishi Sunak, the current Prime Minister, seems to have pushed the deadline for electric cars back from 2030 to 2035, catching seemingly the automobile manufacturers out completely. I was driving across the M1 yesterday evening. It's just about dark and a car came past with no lights on at all. I looked at it, it's one of those new electric cars. You'll have seen the cars, a lot of them have got little tiny tail lights on, possibly the absolute legal minimum for a light in order to save electricity to keep it going. Well, the guy driving this car was wearing an overcoat and a woolly cap. Couldn't even spare enough electricity from the battery for the lights or the heating. So that's the future seemingly, until one day perhaps all the power goes off and the lights go out, and people seem to decide to see things a little bit differently. And I'm making no political statements at all, no personal comments on climate change. I'm just recording what's currently happening this morning. As I walk around Bridlington, you'll see ice on the footpath there. So obviously today we're not moving towards an extinction event in Bridlington due to excessive heat. That's the beautifully built Norseman again. Don't you just love the shape of that boat? It's a little bit of panic this morning by some people. Some people are panicking because a few snowflakes fell last night, and now there is actual frost on the ground. Something, of course, if you're over 75 and perhaps a typical viewer of my channel, doesn't surprise you, because all of this was there in your childhood. Well, look at that there. Can you see the current moving out there from the harbour? That's the path of the Gypsy Race River, so there must be quite a turbulent flow coming out of the outlet there. Let's just mention how Bridlington used to be. Well, it's around about 1970 it changed, and I think it changed for the worse. The beauty of the harbour was actually thrown away. All of this here, this built up zone was new. All of this metalwork here was much narrower and further back, and I think there was a road coming down here. But if you look to the back of the harbour here, this is a sort of a built over area, and the Gypsy Race River that enters the harbour down there through some sort of concrete pipe or tunnel underneath this area. This area was sort of built, and it used to be absolutely beautiful here. There used to be a river going up there behind these houses, and there were mud banks on either side, very much like the upper slopes of the river at Whitby. and what you're seeing is much more functional now, but the aesthetics of the harbour, in my opinion, were totally thrown away at that point, and you can't get it back. Yeah, sure, you've got this boat lift here. I really do wonder why that couldn't have been built at the back of the harbour over there. I mean, there's the dredger in the harbour there. It could have surely kept the channel clean, but it seems that something won over from a practical point of view. But you've only got to look at this to imagine what's been lost, how it was beautiful here, absolutely beautiful, and now of course look at it, it's just gone completely. The thing is, when you do that, of course, you just throw it away for future generations, of course, don't you? Now here we see the Gypsy Race River. Now at one time this would have gone right back, like I said. Now it's just, if you look at all this framework here, I'm not sure how far back that goes, whether this is actually filled in completely. I suspect it will be, and it just comes out down a concrete pipe into the harbour. If you could have just seen the beauty in this area prior to the alterations in the 1970s. Now it seems you've just got the practicalities of a working harbour, which of course is what it is. This being the capital of the UK lobster industry. You can see Bridlington absolutely deserted on this Saturday morning. I suspect most people are still in bed. We set off from just south of Leeds while it was still dark, about 6 AM this morning. There was fog, -3 temperatures coming across. Very little salt on the road, if any at all in some places. Again, how things have changed regarding keeping roads free of ice and snow. I was watching the news this morning, and over 100 cars were trapped overnight just north of here, between Scarborough and Whitby. That's frost you can see sparkling on Bridlington's Crane Wharf. You can see this seagull just getting its adult plumage. You can see the grey feathers there on its head, which will soon be white, and this chick over here, this bird over here, seems to be a younger seagull. It's still got that very juvenile look about it. Perhaps that was one of the later hatchlings this year. The old century-old wooden rotting structure there, sparkling with frost. For once the sun looks beautiful on the white cliffs of Flamborough Head. It's take a walk along the pier. This is Bridlington's North Pier that you'll have seen in earlier videos on the channel. And now the Harbour Commission perhaps have put this this steel rope along, because of course there are some quite severe winter storms in Bridlington Bay. Sometimes the waves pound straight over this pier. It's still -1°C, temperature rising slightly. There's a stiff breeze blowing from the southwest, perhaps a wind chill of -4 or -5. I'll now introduce you to one of the secrets of Bridlington. One of the best seats on the harbour, hidden from general view. Can you see it yet? Again, we'll walk to the old steps, and here, hidden from almost everyone, is the best seat in Bridlington Harbour. So that's the place to sit if you come to Bridlington. Sheltered, view out to sea. A beautifully dedicated seat. Or you can sit along here. Not many takers this morning, of course. I think that's about it for today, so it's goodbye from Bridlington, and this is Bridlington again, recorded for posterity. Take care now, bye.